Danny lives in Bolton, England, and I live all the way in Texas in the United States. We have spent our entire relationship in a long-distance relationship across an ocean. It's been hard, it's been expensive, but it's been totally worth it. But really, it's the start of our relationship that is the most interesting part. It's the craziest thing I've ever done. My Love Actually moment, except for it wasn't a movie, it was real life. I promised you guys I would tell you the whole story from the beginning, so here goes.
When you're on the street, depending on the street, I bet you can get to the top three. Good-looking girls on the street.
I never go out, so you can imagine my distress when somebody that I didn't know came to talk to me at the bar. Danny, who I had been talking to earlier in the night, came to save me from that person. Little did I know that this small conversation would turn into this whirlwind adventure.
Stop it.
No, you're not gonna do it. Yeah, do it with feeling.
Don't have none.
3, 6, 9. Damn, you're fine.
I was with him for 2 days before he had to go back to England, and honestly I didn't think that I would ever talk to him again, but we ended up talking every single day for hours and hours on FaceTime.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you?
Good.
You are?
Then, a month after meeting him, I booked a flight to Manchester on Christmas Day. What? I was nuts. When I look at it now, it was completely crazy. I was going to meet someone who I barely knew, meet his entire family, and arrive there on Christmas Day.
Happy Christmas.
Of course, I wasn't completely brainless. I had my best friend fly there a few days later as support in case everything just went wrong. So, I arrived. I hadn't slept, I hadn't eaten because I was so nervous. I was insane. I was crazy. And I showed up at his door. Honestly, it was a little bit awkward in the beginning. We had talked so much on the phone, but seeing him in real life outside of that little box was just, it was different. And we had to get used to it, but we got over that pretty fast. And then it was like we had always known each other in that way.
Lovely. Lovely. Love it.
And then I was thrown into being with him for the next 3 weeks. So we spent time together, we spent time with his family, my best friend came. So we were hanging out in bars and in pubs, eating Yorkshire puddings and taking trains and buses around the UK in order to explore. I had a blast, it was so much fun, and it was one of the best things that I've ever done. Since then, we've seen each other every 2 months, and I've moved to Texas, which is even further away. We won't actually be able to close the gap in our relationship until I'm finished my graduate degree here in Texas. So in total, we're gonna be apart for 2.5 years. Help! In general, we found that our relationship has just progressed so much faster than it would have if we were physically together. And because it's had to, we had to decide after that first visit if this was something that was worth doing or not. Because if this wasn't the person I was gonna be with, there's no point in going through the heartache and all the money to see each other.
Miss you too. I just met you.
So I remember on that very first trip, my last day in Bolton, sitting in this dingy pub that's literally been there since the dawn of time, talking about the cringiest things, like the things that you do not say in the beginning of a relationship, because we had to figure out where we both stood. Thank God we were both on the same page, because it would have been really awkward if we weren't.
I've decided we're not sharing.
We're not?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, love.
Cheers, love. I'm never saying that again.
Every time that we see each other now, it gets harder because we're more used to being with each other in person than over the phone. Yes, it's fun being able to have these really fun vacations and holidays, but to be honest, the one thing that we want more than anything is just regular life stuff. Like the amount of Netflix that we watch when we're together is laughable because we just want things to be regular and normal, those kinds of things that we don't have. Let's go. Done with it. And that's our story. Well, I mean, like the basic version of it anyway. There are so many different layers to it, like dating someone who has a different culture and traditions, and someone who speaks technically the same language, but it might as well be another language. What? That's what you say?
Mobile.
You say mobile. Weird. So basically, we have to survive 2.5 years apart. Any tips will be very welcome. What? No, just like a nice little like